All right, let's dive into something a little different today.
Yeah.
We're taking a look at a poem.
Ooh.
A poem?
It's called Desiderata,
Okay.
written by Max Ehrmann
I've heard of this.
back in 1927.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Which is,
Quite a while ago.
a while ago, but still,
Yeah.
It's got this timeless wisdom kind of feel to it.
Hmm.
Desiderata, it means things desired in Latin, and it's all about
Oh, interesting.
like finding peace and living a good life, like no matter what's going on.
Right.
So you're going to kind of break it down, pull out some of those like key lines that might really hit home.
All right. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome how
It is.
something written so long ago can still be so relevant.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, this longing for inner peace.
Right.
It's like universal,
Especially, yeah,
especially now, right? Everything's so
chaotic.
hectic and crazy. And,
Yeah.
the world's a pretty nuts place.
Yeah, and it starts right off the bat, like talking about finding that peace.
Within yourself,
Yeah.
even when everything around you is
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
But like it's telling you to just like, breathe, like slow down,
Yeah.
take a moment, find that quiet space.
And then it goes on, right? It talks
Yeah.
about being on good terms
Mm-hmm.
with all people,
Yes.
even those who you might find
like everybody.
dull or ignorant.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Is that, even possible? Are we really supposed to
Yeah, how do you do that?
get along with everybody?
Right. It's like, is that really what it's saying?
I think it's a good question.
Yeah.
And I think it gets at, the core
I think so too.
of what this poem is trying to get across.
It's not really about like forcing yourself to be
Right.
best buddies with everyone.
Yeah.
It's more about this sense of like acceptance,
Right.
understanding, like
Yeah.
everyone has their own story,
Yeah.
their own baggage, their own way of looking at the world. And, the poem's saying like, recognize that.
Okay.
Recognize that there's value in every single person, even
Yeah.
the ones that kind of get under your skin,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that you don't necessarily vibe with.
Okay. So it's more about shifting our perspective
I think so, yeah.
than, changing who we are.
It's like you can't change other people.
Right.
You can only change yourself.
And then it goes on. Right.
Yes.
It says, avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit.
Oh, I like that one.
Right.
It's like protect your peace,
Yeah.
Like you don't have to subject yourself to
Yeah.
all the negativity. It's like,
It's like the old saying, misery loves company, but you don't have to be that company.
it's like the modern equivalent of the mute button.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The block button. Even sometimes you got to do it,
Yeah, it's like you're choosing
Right.
who you let influence you.
Yeah. It's like curating your own little mental space.
Yeah.
What do you want to let in? What do you want to keep out?
Okay, so we're creating this little inner peace sanctuary,
Right.
but then it throws us a curveball.
Okay.
It's like be on good terms with all persons,
Mm-hmm.
but then avoid the loud and aggressive ones.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like, how do we
Yeah, how do you...
reconcile those two?
Yeah. It's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think maybe it's about, you can be compassionate and understanding towards everyone,
Mm-hmm.
but you can also recognize that some people
Yeah.
just aren't good for your well-being,
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to subject yourself to that.
Okay, so it's like, be kind, but also be discerning.
I think that's a great way to put it.
And speaking of discernment,
Yes.
it goes into this idea of comparison,
Oh, yeah.
Which
There's one these days.
feels so relevant, especially now with
Oh, my gosh. Social media, right.
social media.
It's like everyone's just showing their highlight reel. It says, if you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself.
It's so true, though, isn't it?
It is.
Like, you're always going to find someone
Mm-hmm.
who seems to have it better than you.
Right.
And then you're going to feel bad.
Yeah.
And then you're going to find someone who has it worse.
Right.
And you're going to feel like guilty or whatever.
Right.
It's like, just focus on your own lane.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Mm.
What are you achieving?
Well, yeah.
Where are you going?
So it's like opt out of the comparison game
Totally.
and focus on what really matters.
Yeah.
Like your own fulfillment.
Connecting that inner joy.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you tick?
I love that.
Me too.
And that leads to the next part.
Yeah.
It says, enjoy your achievements as well as your plans.
Yeah. I love that.
It's like savor the moment.
It is. It's like celebrate the journey,
Yeah.
not just the destination.
It's like appreciate the process of getting there.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, so often we're just like head down,
Right.
focused on the goal, the goal, the goal.
Yeah.
But it's like, what about all the little steps along the way?
Right.
Like, those are important too.
Yeah.
Those are what make up the whole thing.
And then, while we're out there crushing our goals,
Right.
enjoying our achievements,
Yeah.
it injects a little bit of realism.
Okay.
It says, be cautious in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery.
Oh, right, right.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, keep your guard up a little bit.
It's like a reality check, right? It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, the world can be a beautiful place, but it can also be, kind of a messy place.
Right.
You got to be savvy. You got to be discerning.
Yeah. So it's not about being cynical,
No, not at all.
but just having,
More about like awareness,
yeah,
like
yeah,
eyes wide open.
like keep your heart open, but your eyes wide open,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's like trust but verify.
Yeah.
Like be open to the good,
Yeah.
but also be aware that, not everyone's playing by the same rules.
And it goes on, right?
Yes.
It's like, but let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere, life is full of heroism.
It's like a reminder that there's still so much good in the world.
Yeah.
Despite all the trickery and the messiness,
Right.
there's still people out there
Yeah.
who are genuinely good, who are trying to make a difference.
So it's about finding that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that sweet spot between like
But it's-
idealism and realism.
Okay.
Like you don't want to be naive,
Right.
but you also don't want to be jaded.
Right.
Like how do you hold both of those things at the same time?
And then it gets into this whole thing about
What that?
authenticity.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
It says, be
Yeah.
yourself, especially do not feign affection.
Oh, I love that.
It's like, be true to you.
It is. It's like, don't try to be someone you're not.
Yeah.
Like the world needs your authenticity.
Especially, yeah.
It needs your unique flavor.
When it comes to affection and love, it's like,
Don't fake it.
don't fake it.
Like if you're not feeling it, don't force it.
Yeah, and it's so easy
Oh, it
to
is.
get caught up in trying to.
It is, especially these days.
Please people.
Yeah, with social media and everything.
Or present a certain image.
Yeah, it's like everyone's trying to be so perfect.
Yeah.
But the truth is, like, perfect doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
And it's actually the imperfections
Right.
that make us interesting.
Right. Yeah.
Like those are the things that make us unique.
And it goes on, right?
Yes.
It says, neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is perennial as the grass.
It's like even when love feels hard,
Mm-hmm.
don't give up on it.
Yeah.
Because it's this powerful force. It's
Yeah.
like it keeps coming back.
It's like, it's a force of nature.
It is. It's like the grass.
Yeah.
You can try to mow it down,
Yeah.
but it's just going to keep growing back.
Yeah, and that ties into
What's that?
this whole idea of resilience
Mm-hmm.
that keeps popping up.
Yeah, it's like a thread throughout the whole thing.
It says,
Okay.
take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth.
It's like age with grace.
Yeah.
Like let go of the things that no longer serve you.
Yeah.
Embrace the wisdom that comes with experience.
It's like, it's not a decline, it's a transformation.
It is. It's like, every stage of life has its own beauty and its
Right.
own challenges.
And then it says,
Okay.
nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness.
I think that's so important, especially now. Like
Yeah.
we constantly bombarded with information.
Right.
It's so easy to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, with everything going on.
Yeah, and it's like the poem saying like build up your inner strength so you can handle whatever life throws at you.
And so much of our stress is from
Oh,
things that haven't even happened.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like we're borrowing trouble from the future. It's
Yeah.
like just be present, deal with what's in front of you.
And then it ends
Yeah.
with this beautiful line.
It's a good one.
You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here.
Oh, chill.
It's like you belong here.
It is. It's like you're part of something bigger.
Mhm.
You're not just this isolated little being.
Right.
You're connected to everything.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Especially when we're feeling like
Yeah, when you're feeling lost or alone,
insignificant.
it's like a reminder that you matter.
Yeah.
You have a purpose.
So after this deep dive,
Yeah.
what's the one thing you hope
That's a good question.
people take away?
I hope they feel inspired
Okay.
to cultivate that inner peace, to be kind to themselves and to others,
Yeah.
and to, really find joy in their own journey.
Yeah, it's a good reminder.
It is. It's like life is a mix of good and bad,
Right.
but we can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have the strength.
And this is just a taste
It is.
of what this poem
Yeah, it's a long one.
has to offer. So
Go check it.
we encourage you to, read the whole thing.
Yeah, read it, listen to it.
Yeah, listen to it.
There's all sorts of recordings out there.
And let it resonate with you.
Yeah, see what speaks to your soul.
And use it to,
Yeah,
guide you on your own path
absolutely.
to peace and fulfillment.
That's the goal, right?
Until next time,
Yes.
keep diving.
Keep diving.